being single.
Really?
Yeah, it came out when he was in his 50s, and all the songs were written by this one guy, and
All right.
and it's all about being like a single dude and like going out on the town and having a drink and being with your ladies.
So it's the opposite of Painted from Memory then. Like,
yeah.
yeah. I'm single and everything sucks.
Yeah, and the whole album is just this one like jazz concept record.
Huh.
It's really good.
You came in mid-conversation, folks. I was just recommending to Tom. I think the name of the album is Trilogy. I think it's just Trilogy, past, present, and future.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Frank Sinatra like triple album, and the first record of this album is songs you would expect Sinatra to sing, like big band, like 40s songs. The second
Songs about dames and gals.
Yeah, exactly. Going out on the town,
Chick on your arm.
Yeah, and then the second album is The Present, so it's him doing like covers of like 70s songs. And then the third album is this concept album set in the future. Like it's like a space epic where I think like water is like the unifying theme. Like everybody is looking for water or something.
Wow.
Like, it's fucking crazy.
Wow.
Check it out. Yeah.
So it's Frank Sinatra's Kilroy Was Here, the Styx album with Mr. Roboto on it.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
Frankie was at the concert wearing an alien suit, and everyone's booing him, saying, "Hey, man, play Come Sail Away," or it was a very good year in his
Frank
case.
and the Beatles were on Ed Sullivan one night. And people got their cups mixed up. And
they went to India together.
Oh man, I just need like a fake stock footage, like like Getty Images, like photo of like Frank Sinatra, like dressed in full Indian garb, like smoking a cigarette with a Maharishi. Like.
And John Lennon noticed how blue his eyes were because they were tripping so hard, and that's where the name came from. Your eyes are so blue.
You got those old blue eyes, Frank. Holy Christ.
That scene's in Commando, right?
Yeah. Holy shit. I forgot to mention, we're watching Commando, and also, we're starting Commando.
Holy shit. Commando has started.
Yeah, we are. You know what? Just for the sake of continuity,
Why don't you just rewind it?
Yeah, we're only 2 minutes into it.
Since we started in the middle of that story anyway.
Yeah. Folks, we'll redo the start. Hey, we're watching Commando. And if you're watching along with us, as we recommend you should do.
This is one of the greatest movies of all time. I'm not even bullshitting.
You know what?
So
I do have a newfound appreciation for this movie. I am starting the movie in 3, 2, 1, start.
Push the button, Frank.
All right, we have the 20th Century Fox logo.
The old one.
Yeah.
With the lights, it looks, somebody painted that.
Yeah, exactly.
I have so much appreciation for old movie logos. This one, the old Warner Brothers in red with the white lines that look like a WB.
Yes.
That's great.
Yeah.
The Universal one of the Earth spinning, love that.
Yeah, it looks like almost like a texture, realistic Earth, like spinning.
Yeah. Somebody made that.
I've said this before. Like I just have a soft spot for like those big matte paintings and like backgrounds. Like fucking some of those are just really, really amazing looking.
So Commando opening scene. We got Bill Duke and his pal, who are garbage men.
Gary Carlos Cervantes.
Oh, that guy is... I put him in the same category as Tommy Rosales. He's a guy that gets killed in a lot of movies. All
right.
And Tommy Rosales gets killed in this movie, too. And probably in one of the most badass ways.
Yeah.
He's the guy who gets his arm chopped off outside the garden shed.
Yes.
Spoiler alert. And he even has a line too. Like you always see him get killed, but they always give him a line.
It was the 80s. Like everybody had a line.
He had a line of dialogue in the movie. Yeah. I'm not speaking for that.
Yeah.
But all the bad guys, circle the shed that Matrix is in. He delivers sort of order to the rest of them. And I think it's because the rest of the guys are actually white actors with brown paint and fake mustaches on. When we get to that part, you'll see.
Yeah.
There is a lot of that in this movie. White actors with brown paint and mustaches who get killed. You know, they're playing people who just die.
A lot of like Italians and like Puerto Ricans. Well,
Yeah.
Puerto Ricans playing, appropriately
Right,
Latin Americans, but
Yeah, which was a pretty common thing in the 80s. I mean, they had it even in Raiders.
this is like the end of when it was acceptable, kind of. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know? There's my old car.
Yeah, in Raiders, the big German guy from the first one is the big Indian guy in the second one. Yeah,
Yeah, and the guy who gets killed in the propeller is also one of the Sherpas at the beginning. He plays two parts
Is
in
he
the
really?
same movie in Raiders, yeah.
Huh, all right.
He's the giant Sherpa that goes into Marion's place with the Nazis.
All right, yeah.
He even had a scene in the third one, but they cut it out.
I was just say I thought he was in the third one too.
There was a fight scene between him and Indy in that one too.
All right. Yeah, I liked the garbage man thing. Like, I thought you were gonna miss me.
This scene, I don't understand. What does he need the Cadillac for?
Yeah, it's just like a way for him to get identified, and like even if he wanted it just as a car, he fucks it up on the way out.
It's
like,
not part of the plan.
yeah,
Their plan is to kill all of the guys that were in Matrix's crew, right? Arnold Schwarzenegger is John Matrix,
which is the
coolest name,
best name,
right?
ever.
Right.
Yeah. How, like fucking. Oh, I gotta stop saying that. How that is like the name Keanu Reeves should have had in the Matrix,
Right,
like John Matrix,
right.
Yeah.
If it was made in the 80s, his name would have been John Matrix.
Yeah.
You know, we're about to see another member of Arnold's crew, played by Vernon Wells, and he's about to seemingly be killed.
Yeah.
You know, it has nothing to do with a Cadillac that was just stolen, right? So it's not part of the plan to kill all these guys, right? And then they just want to convince Arnold to kill some sort of Latin American leader.
Yeah, it's the guy that he previously toppled
Helped this guy get into power.
Yeah, toppled Dan Hidea's regime, and now
Right. And now Dan
Hedaya.
Hedaya and Carla are really mad.
Can I just say, fucking Dan Hedaya was a goddamn treasure, man.
Oh my God, he's so great as
Yeah.
a Latin American dictator.
Yeah.
You know?
I recently I've been watching Cheers all the way through, and like I got through the older ones where where he shows up as Carla's husband, and like I did not appreciate that character when I was a kid. Like,
yeah, he's not appealing to children. that
Yeah,
guy.
he's so much funnier now.
Yeah. He's the kind of adult that when you're a kid, you're kind of afraid of.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Like this
One of
guy's
your
just a bad
dad's
guy.
friends, yeah.
Yeah.
Who's always kind of smells like beer and blows his cigarette smoke in your face.
Yep. Yeah.
We have the introduction to Arnold with his glistening muscles, his house in the mountains that he earned through assassination work,
Yeah.
I guess.
Probably, yeah. Mercenary wet work.
Mercenary wet work, yeah. He was definitely killing people for money.
Well, he was definitely toppling, Latin American regimes.
Right. Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah. So, and I mean, this is the 80s, so he could have had part in, like that colonization of, mid-Africa there where, the Belgian, all that sort of stuff,
Yeah, I mean,
he could be responsible for some really awful things.
He almost made it into that Billy Joel song.
Which song is that?
Belgians in the Congo.
Holy shit. You stumped me on a Billy Joel reference. Wow, I didn't even realize that was referenced in that song either. But
Yeah.
as soon as you said it, like, oh, of course it is, yeah.
Fucking, we didn't start the fire.
Those isn't he from Belgium?
No, he's
from Austria.
Austria, yeah,
Right,
yeah.
that's right. Yeah.
Like the sitcom beginning here with him and Alyssa Milano.
Oh, yeah. Because
My dad, the musclehead.
because he never had women they always gave him like a fatherly position,
Yeah.
They didn't ever seem to really sexualize him in a way beyond his physique, like you never saw him like macking it to women in his movies,
And when he did, it was for comedy purposes.
Right, it was always awkward.
Like Twins.
Right, in Twins. I was thinking of Twins too.
Yeah.
Or in Total Recall, his wife turns out to be an assassin.
Yeah.
You know, and
like he doesn't really so much romance. What's her name?
Rachel Ticotin.
Yeah,
I don't know how you say her name.
Ticotin, I think.
Right, he's more into her because of her her muscle and her brawn.
Yeah,
He even chooses her that way in the simulation.
Yeah,
you know, he respects the fact that she's like a woman of action.
Never realized how weird that is. Like, yeah, huh?
In The Running Man, he's got Maria Conchita Alonso in her apartment in her lingerie.
Yeah.
And he's just like, whatever. And then at the end, when she's like gunning everybody down, he's like, yeah, come here. You know?
Yeah. That is goddamn weird.
Yeah.
Huh. Produced by Joel Silver.
Yep. Which means that there were probably a lot of women harassed on the set of this movie.
Yeah,
Isn't
most
he
likely
one of those guys?
I think
or am I
so.
thinking of somebody else?
Maybe it was Ron Silver? No.
No, not Ron Silver. Not Ron. Oh, I love this
I think you're
line.
thinking of Terry Silver.
Terry Silver.
From the Karate Kid.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. He picked up a lot of bad habits in the Nam.
Yeah.
You know? Why don't they call him Girl George? That's what Arnold is saying here.
Yeah.
This line here, just to me, I love this movie, but this little thing here just always pisses me off because he eats a sandwich, right?
Oh, can I also just say it looks like the first time he's ever eaten a sandwich? Yeah.
He hasn't had bread
in
15 years.
True,
Look at him, you know?
It's true.
So he eats this sandwich, and then he says, "What's in this?"
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
He's genuinely shocked at what is in his mouth, right? He doesn't know. I mean, how many foods have you had where you can't identify them from eating them, right?
Yeah, without identifying it before ingesting it. Yeah.
And she says, "You don't want to know."
No, I do.
And then he keeps eating it. I really want to know what's in that fucking sandwich. God damn it. Can we just stay on that for a little while? The sandwich?
Yeah, floor sweepings.
Yeah, what is she making him? I just keep going to that Mr. Show sketch. Is it peanut butter, eggs, and dice? You know? Maybe a sponge in there? You know?
My shoes hurt too, Dad. I just read through the part of Bob Odenkirk's book where he talks about Mr. Show and like how much he loves working with David. Like, it's such a good book.
Yeah, I was really bummed that we were supposed to go see them a couple weeks ago and it got canceled.
Oh yeah. You mentioned that
because of the goddamn hurricane or whatever it was that came up the East Coast.
Yeah,
it flooded Central Park.
Yeah.
So here's the obligatory scene in so many old action movies where, you know, the old mentor,
the
tries
general
to bring
or
him
whatever,
out of retirement for you know one mission.
Yep.
Because only he can do it. You know. And of course, the bad guys have used this opportunity to follow these people there so they can, you know.
Like, how does he sneak up on a guy who's there with like a dozen men? Like,
right. This giant hulk of a human who was just carrying a log a minute ago.
Would you like to see the log? Like, I'm not crazy, right? He was escorted by like a couple of guys.
A whole bunch of people just got off that helicopter.
Yeah, there they are.
Yeah. Was he behind the guy, like, making sneaky, funny faces to the soldiers, you know? Don't say, don't tell.
It's going to be hilarious.
Yeah, of course, you got to do that voice. I wasn't even thinking.
That Arnold is such a prankster.
Yeah. Those army sweaters look so itchy.
Yeah.
But I do like that little flap they have there to put their hat in, you know?
Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
You get one of those cool, like, shoulder, like, rope things if you're really important.
Oh, an epaulet?
Yeah.
Or epaulette? Is that how you say it?
Probably. Maybe. Who knows?
Michael Jackson had one. I know that.
Yeah.
You know, it looks like a car wash brush on your shoulder.
Yeah.
I do respect the quickness to which they get to the action. You know?
Yeah.
This helicopter leaves, and the bad guys are waiting in the fucking bushes. You know, they don't even wait for mom and dad to pull out of the driveway.
Get right
They start
fucking
the party.
to it.
You know. This is like an interesting transition too in Arnold's head, because in earlier movies to this, he had more of like a rounded, fatter head. You know, I think it might have had something to do with
roids
like
or getting off of roids.
Yeah, you know, because if you watch him in Terminator, his head is so much rounder, and then starting here, it starts to get slimmer and taller. He starts wearing his hair taller too.
Yeah.
To the point where in Terminator 2, he has kind of a thin face. You know.
Yeah,
My
you're right.
theory is that the real Arnold died in a car accident, and he was replaced by a false one.
Yeah.
You know,
well,
like
he
Paul
knew
McCartney.
about the original Paul McCartney,
Yeah.
so like he had to be taken out.
Exactly.
So they just had this guy who won an Arnold Schwarzenegger lookalike contest. Yeah.
Yeah. His name was Melvin Baumgartner from New Jersey, not from Austria.
Yeah.
Total diva.
Fucking
You know?
Melvin. Yeah, I was gonna bring up that Valverde article too. I read that, the one I think it was in Forbes talking about the Valverde cinema universe.
Yeah. It's so fascinating.
Yeah, it's like 22 movies, like 3 different major franchises, because it's Predator, Aliens,
Die Hard.
and Die Hard. Yeah.
They reference it in Action Jackson.
Yeah.
I think maybe there's something in Speed about it.
Yes, Speed is part of it. They mentioned that.
Yeah.
I forget like what the connection is.
I think there's a truck in it or something in Speed.
Yes, it's Pacific, because it's the same truck in Die Hard.
Okay.
Like
Right,
Pacific
it's a moving company or
Union,
something.
or Pacific Delivery or something like that.
An
Yeah.
exporting company or something.
Yeah.
Is it the truck that Hans Gruber's gang uses?
It's the when they first
Yeah,
pull up to Nakatomi Tower.
The one that has a magically appearing ambulance in it. That's like one of the couple of like one of the few plot holes in Die Hard. When you see the truck come into the garage at the beginning, right?
Yeah.
It opens up. Hans Gruber and his gang, they walk out. There's a shot of them. The camera looks right into the truck. They walk out of the truck, and they show them start setting up all their terrorist stuff, right? Well, then, like sometime later in the movie, you see the truck open up, and a fucking ambulance pulls out, that old-timey van ambulance, and it's the full size of the back of the truck. But when they all got out of the truck, there was nothing else in there.
Yeah, there's enough room for them. Yeah.
I still love the movie. You know?
Yeah, best Christmas movie ever.
And I didn't figure that out myself. It was one of those things where I saw it, probably on YouTube. Some nerd probably
pointed it
all
out.
these things you didn't know about Die Hard,
Hey there.
Yeah. And anybody who tells me to like and subscribe before I see the video, I will not do that.
You're going to earn
just to
that
spite
shit,
them.
man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Earn it. Exactly.
Yeah, we have the car careening down the hill right now.
Yeah, this Chevy Blazer. My dad had one just like that.
We're at 15 minutes and 20 seconds right now.
This movie goes by pretty quick.
It does move. I mean, it's an hour and 28 minutes long, with credit. Without the credits, like an hour and 25.
And we've also discussed one of this director's other movies. He directed Showdown in Little Tokyo.
Oh, all right.
What's his name?
Mark Lester.
Something? Mark Lester, yeah.
Let's take a look at what else
He did a bunch of Thursday Night Prime movies. Did Extreme Justice.
Oh, man.
Showdown in Little Tokyo. That was another one that was Thursday Night Prime. He did Firestarter.
Class of 1984.
1984. Ouija Witch.
Oh, boy.
Sleeping with My Student. That must have been a Lifetime movie.
Dragon. Oh, Jesus.
Well, we're starting at the top. I like with an older filmmaker. I like to start at the first movie.
Yeah.
I don't want to see what they're doing to make a living now.
To pay the bills.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
hey, Hitman's Run, Eric Roberts.
all right.
Oh, we're looking at his producer credits. I see.
Oh, that's why. Okay, wait.
Yeah.
Time out. There we go. I mean, like, come on, IMDb. Nobody's looking for producer credits
Right.
first. You know? All right, so he hasn't directed anything since Dragons of Camelot in 2014. Hitman's Run, he did direct. That was 1999. Night of the Running
I remember
Man.
that one being pretty good. That was a Thursday Night Prime movie too.
Oh, really?
Scott Glenn. He's like a cab driver.
5.8.
He's a cab driver, and I think there's like a serial killer or something.
Public Enemies. Is that with Johnny Depp?
Not the same one.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Teresa
yeah.
Russell.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Never heard of it. Never saw it.
It's about Mont Barker. Yeah. Is that you? Wow.
Oh yeah.
Hey.
Playing footsie with me?
Yeah. This ain't that kind of show, man. Extreme Justice, class of 1999.
1999. I love that one.
He directed Armed and Dangerous.
Holy shit.
John Candy and Eugene Levy.
Eugene Levy.
Joe
Brian
Flaherty.
James.
Meg Ryan. Well, yeah, they're security guards.
That's right. Eugene Levy somehow winds up with Meg Ryan.
Yeah. Noted orange juice salesman Robert Loggia.
Love Robert Loggia. He's a bad guy in that.
Brian James, Jonathan Banks.
Kenneth McMillan, Robert Loggia, and Brian James are all evil union guys. I remember. And Jonathan
Larry
Banks.
Hankin.
I remember watching this when I was in a union and thinking how accurate the union shit was. They're at a union meeting, and John Candy Eugene Levy says, excuse me, I was just wanted to ask a question about something, blah blah blah, and Brian James is like, oh yeah, sit down and shut up. Man, that's a union meeting.
Oh, man.
Bruce Kirby, father of Bruno.
Oh, okay. And Stacy Keach Sr.
Wait a minute. Stacey Keach is a Nepo baby? Click on his name. How did I not know that? That's not fair.
For Pet Sematary, Pretty Woman, Parallax View.
Oh, so maybe he was only an actor after his kids were. But that picture of him
picture's
looks
old.
like it's from the 50s.
Yeah. Birth name Walter Stacy Keach.
Yeah, because every guy thinks that Walter is too feminine, so they decide to go by
Stacy, yeah. Man it up, Children, Stacy Keach.
Yeah. And James Keach, he's the cop in National Lampoon's Vacation. That little pooch.
Oh, okay.
He's in a bunch of movies. He's not as good as Stacy, I don't think. Click on his filmography. I gotta
Stacy
know.
Keach?
Yeah, no, Stacy Keach Sr. Yeah, go back there.
Back.
Because I gotta know if he's a Nepo baby or not.
Oh, we'll go to the beginning.
Yeah, go to the beginning.
I
'Cause
mean,
that would bum me out. He's a good actor,
Yeah.
And I thought that with his cleft lip, that it was so inspiring that he was able to be such a well-known actor, and he still had that that setback.
His first role was 1942.
Oh, you son of a bitch, Stacy! How dare you betray me like that? It was all a life of privilege for Stacy Keach Jr. I'm writing a song called that. He's in a great old movie called Doc, where he played Doc Holliday.
Okay.
It was one of those deconstructionist westerns where they tried to make the West look awful. It wasn't supposed to be all white shirts with tassels and shit.
Yeah,
He's kind of a piece of shit in it. And there's another great one called the New Centurions, an old cop movie from the 70s. Him and George C. Scott. That's a good one.
He was in Parallax View.
Mannix.
A lot of those cop shows from the 70s. Adam 12,
Yep.
Barnaby Jones, Marcus Welby, M.D., Ironside, The Rockford Files, Beretta.
Oh, right now in Commando, the bad guys are about to get him on the plane as part of their brilliant plan to force him to kill a guy. So they're going to fly him commercially to Latin America, to the fictional Latin American country. And that guy's pith helmet is just so awesome. It's only on his head because they went through every hat in the world to see what would cover his head and face because we know Arnold's about to kill him.
Yeah, it's either that or a sombrero.
Right.
Yeah.
They needed a hat big enough to cover his head so that it wouldn't be suspicious that this guy was sleeping the whole movie when he's really just dead. Again, spoiler alerts. like, they should have hired a guy with a smaller head. But then they would have said, yeah, but Arnold wouldn't have been pushed around by that little guy. You know, if they had Luther bring him on the plane, he would have stuffed Luther in his pocket. You know?
Yeah. There's only two types of people that wear pith helmets: British explorers and mailmen.
Yeah.
That's it.
And Dark Helmet.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. Can I just say I am not looking forward to Spaceballs 2?
Is it actually a thing now?
Yeah. Written by Josh Gad.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I had forgotten about that.
Yeah, I'd like to forget about that.
Yeah, that's...
Horrible.
Yeah, he's not funny.
Not at all. Yeah, no. I really hope he's going to sing and dance in it, too.
And bring in some of his conservative views, too. Because he's sometimes... I've seen him in interviews where he seems like just a little right.
Really?
A little more right than I'm comfortable with.
I think he might be kind of Jesus-y.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is he Jews for Jesus?
I don't know. Is he? Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean, he's some kind of... I'm just generalizing.
Yeah, so am I guess.
Yeah.
I just... he was funny in
No?
that Adam Sandler movie. Pixels. I like Pixels.
Oh, yeah. I haven't seen that in a long time.
But it's not because of him. It's, in spite of him.
Yeah.
It's still funny.
Let's see. He's on the plane elevator.
Yep. And we know from movies such as Passenger 57 and an Executive Decision that there's a hole beneath the plane that you can reach.
And from It's Always Sunny, yeah.
Well, that's what I was quoting. Yeah. Remember the first time being on a plane, I asked, where's that elevator? And they're like, you just can't.
Get the fuck out of here.
There's no elevator down there. You gotta like crawl up through the wheel well. It's not even pressurized down there. Oh, that's right. He jumps out before they even get airbound. Oh, I love Luther. What's this guy's name? David Patrick Kelly?
I think so, yeah.
That
He
guy
was in The
played such
Crow.
a
He's in
great-
The Warriors.
Yeah, he's Warriors Come Out and Play.
Yeah.
I forgot he was in The Crow. Holy shit.
He's fucking T-Bird.
Right, it's him and Tony Todd hanging out, right?
He's the head of the gang. The four dudes in the T-Bird.
Been a long time since I watched it.
Yeah, same here. I think it is David Patrick.
I saw a T-shirt recently that had the little Crow logo on it, the Brandon Lee one.
Yeah.
And it was just a black shirt with that logo on it. And I thought, oh, that's kind of cool. It's kind of tasteful, right? And then I saw the back of it.
Oh, boy.
It said, I don't know if I'm quoting this right, but it was pretty close to this. I believe in angels. Yeah.
Let's see. David Patrick Kelly. He was in Succession for 2 episodes.
He was in the fucking awesome Walter Hill, Bruce Willis movie. The one about the Depression era.
Last Man Standing.
Last Man Standing. Him and Christopher Walken are Irish gangsters that are partners in it.
All right.
He's good.
He was
in
in
that.
John Wick too.
He was in Ray Donovan. He was pretty good on that.
Yeah, Ray Donovan, the movie, shows up here. Ray. I got just so sick of the fake Boston accents on that show. He's also in the first John Wick. He was on that HBO show Bored to Death with Ted Danson and Jason Schwartzman.
Okay.
Nick
I heard good things
Galifianakis
about
too.
that.
It was a good show, yeah.
He's a journeyman. He's working every show, every movie.
He's
He's a bad guy.
The remake of The Longest Yard, which isn't horrible.
No, that's actually a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Because the old one is a drama. It's got some funny moments in it, but they managed to keep the drama in that new one.
Yeah.
I didn't expect Chris Rock to die.
Yeah. Yeah, Last Man Standing. That was 1996.
That's a great flick. It's got some of the best gunfights I've ever
I don't
seen.
think I've ever seen the whole thing. I know I've seen like bits and pieces.
I think
of
I
it.
sent you just the final gunfight. Maybe,
Yeah.
Because
it's one of those movies when dudes get shot, they go flying.
Yeah,
Right?
it's really John Woo inspired.
I finally saw the commercial for that goddamn remake of The Killer.
Yeah,
No,
does
thank
that
you.
look bad or what?
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Ugh.
Is that the girl from Game of Thrones?
Game of Thrones, yeah. Natalie
Okay.
Emmanuel.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's too bad.
He was in an episode of Tales from the Dark Side. He was in 48 Hours, yeah.
Yeah, he's Luther in that too. That's
Yeah.
right.
He's Luther in the Warriors.
Yeah.
That was his first role. That's crazy.
So is Luther, because they're both Walter Hill movies. So is that the same Luther? Is this a shared universe?
Oh, man.
I don't remember if he dies in the Warriors. I don't remember people dying in that. I just remember people fighting.
Yeah, it didn't because
know?
it was just like outed that they were like that his gang was the one behind the assassinations. So I don't think it is. We ever see him die, but like it's
It's
implied.
been a long time.
Yeah,
since
that
I
they're
watched
like
that one.
they're going after him next.
And James Remar is one of the other gang members in that too, and he's
one of the Warriors. Yeah.
in 48 Hours. He's the guy who's a bad guy with him, in he's Gans.
Yeah, that's right.
He breaks out of prison and he goes and he gets Luther because Luther's got the money, so he kidnaps Luther's girl. So maybe in that world, Gans, he went to prison after the Warriors. They break him out in 48 hours.
Yeah.
I got to sit down and analyze this.
We can make this work.
Yeah. Remember, there was like a 3-year period where every day Cracked would have an article about something like that. Oh, that suit. That's a suit that you only wear when the girl you made with your computer changes your clothes because you're not cool enough.
That's a suit you only wear under the influence of cocaine.
1980s. Can I just say, I love Radon Chong.
I don't get it.
No?
Don't get it.
Oh,
Yeah.
love her. I think she's a treasure.
Never did anything for me.
She's in a lot of great old movies.
Yeah, she's in some good old like 80s movies.
She's in Quest for Fire,
The Caveman movie.
the entire movie. She's a cave lady.
See the Cheech and the Chung.
Yeah. That has an impact on a young fella, She was in a fucking great, trashy genre pick called Fear City with
Melanie
Tom
Griffith is
Berenger,
in that, right?
Melanie Griffith,
Yeah.
Billy D. Williams.
I fucking saw Billy D. Williams the other day at Tampa Bay.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say in Price Chopper.
Yeah, no. I was waiting for my car my car to come around, yeah, as I'm getting into my car, I see him come out of the hotel, and I'm like, holy shit, that's fucking Lando, dressed as he should be in a purple suit, huge pimp cane. Yeah, I'm like, oh man, that's awesome.
Yeah, this movie Fear City is basically about pimps too.
Yeah.
And they're the heroes in the movie. That's how trashy this movie is. Tom Berenger and Jack Scalia. 80s, trashy movie. I don't know if he's royalty, but
Yeah.
he was working in trashy movies in the 80s, 90s. They run a talent agency that books strippers. So they're pimps.
Yeah.
A talent agency.
You're just dressed up pimps.
And there's a serial killer killing strippers.
Yeah.
And so Tom Berenger and Jack Scalia feel, this protective feeling over their girls, over their stable.
Yeah, they're stable. Yeah.
Yeah. And so they take it upon themselves to stop the killer. Because they need their girls out there making money,
Yeah.
Girls that are
Use my
slashed in the
hose,
hospital
yeah.
aren't putting dollar bills in my pocket, And that's that movie. Tom Berenger is so greasy and cocaine smooth.
He is not in real life. I say that as somebody who has seen him in real life.
Who did I just say that about?
Tom Berenger.
Oh, yeah. I'm talking about in the movie, yeah.
He was putting out big Fox News energy when I saw him.
Yeah, I get that vibe.
Yeah.
He's got a MAGA hat.
Fucking K-Car.
You know, the one thing that I always see in every movie, no matter how good a movie can be, there's always one unrealistic thing about any movie, no matter how realistic it tries to be, and that is the access to good parking.
Yeah.
You know,
Bullshit.
at an airport, at a mall, you know, people just pull right up to the curb and there's a spot right there, you know.
That never happens.
Obviously, you got to do it for... No one wants to see somebody going around looking for a parking spot, but
yeah.
But no matter what the movie is, you know.
Remember the mall, kids.
This is where you would go to get away from your parents. Now kids aren't allowed in the mall without their parents.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. It was they probably should have had that rule back then, to be fair. Like, there was some shady shit going down.
Yeah. Never saw John Matrix in there, though. Well.
Matrix, the way fucking Vernon Wells says it.
Oh, yeah. He just wants to bang Matrix, and he's angry about it, and that's why he wants to kill him. I think
He's
that's
a little,
what it is.
like, effeminate in this movie.
He's very sexual. He's got a really Freddie Mercury vibe going.
Yes. Yeah.
His clothes are very tight, but it's not for that reason. There was actually another actor who was supposed to play that part. I've been looking for years to find out who this actor is, and I've never been able to find out. But there was another actor who was hired. They had the wardrobe all set, and then the guy got fired very close to filming, and they brought in Vernon Wells.
So you just had to wear that guy's clothes.
Wear the guy's clothes. But it adds to the homoeroticism of his character. He's wearing a super tight chainmail tank top. You know, he wants to like take the knife. He talks about taking the knife and sticking it in Arnold and turning it.
Yeah.
And looking him in the eye when he's turning it.
Yeah.
It's very, very erotic.
Arnold says that to him towards the end.
Oh, that's what, right. But while he's saying it, Vernon is clearly orgasming in his pants.
And I mean, you think about it, he dies by getting penetrated. Like,
yeah. It's always about penetration. Yeah, he knows that Bennett wants to fuck him, and he taunts him with it.
Yeah. I really did not. I was saying earlier, like, I did not really have an appreciation for this movie until today. Like, watching it. Oh, like, did I watch it all? No, I started it last night and finished it today.
Oh.
No, I did watch it today. Holy shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen it before. Like I said, I know we have at our friend's house where we used to watch movies at Mark's house back in the day. I know we watched it at least once there. But yeah, I really have not seen this movie probably in a good 20 years. It is so much better than I remember.
Can you rewind about 30 seconds and turn on the closed caption, please? Because
yes.
I want you to see the greatest line in movie history. You're good there.
Yeah, I want to give it a little extra time so I can find the...
Yeah.
Here we go. You want to see me kick some ass?
You'll see it in a second. It's Luther and his contact in the restaurant. You know, it reminds me of that scene in Breaking Bad when Tuco meets Walt at the
He's one
the junkyard. This used to be a great place for hunt and slash. That line was written on paper.
No, you're good. I really,
yeah.
I wanted to just see like Slash the guitarist like hiding behind a plant in the background. Like,
what a disgustingly, not offensive, but just gross way of presenting that idea. You know, like he wants to meet a woman tonight. He wants to have some companionship. No, he wants to go hunting for Slash.
Hunting Slash. oh.
If that's not a best-selling T-shirt, I don't know what is. But yeah, the fact that he was meeting his contact in that mall restaurant reminded me of that Breaking Bad scene where Tuco meets Walt in the junkyard.
Yeah.
And he's like, "What the fuck are we doing out here?" He's like, "What, is the mall closed today?" I love that. Jesse had just been giving him shit about it.
Yeah.
Like, this, we usually go to the mall to do this. Oh.
But yeah, like the action in this movie is awesome. The the stunts are awesome.
Arnold picking up some sort of futuristic phone booth. If that's
He
possible.
really is awesome in this. Like some of the lines he gives are a little wooden, but like
They're great lines.
yeah, like him flipping over the phone booth like that is awesome.
And they wouldn't have been memorable lines had they not been delivered by his wooden performance.
Yeah.
You know? Like when he says, oh, I've been calling him Luther. His name's Sully. I'm such an idiot. and I only remembered it because he says to him as he's about to kill him, he says, you remember when I said I'd kill you last, Sully?
Yeah. I lied.
I lied. Right. If anyone else had delivered that line, it wouldn't have been as good. He's Luther in so many movies that it confused the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
You know?
It is weird.
I lied. Yeah. Let out some steam. Hog on a stick. I really want to know what that is.
This is awesome where he goes swinging across the whole like mall.
I think this is the mall from...
Hog on a stick's probably just corn dogs.
I think this is the mall from...
Stranger Things?
No, from Invasion USA, the Chuck Norris one.
Oh, maybe.
This is definitely in another 80s movie. Maybe Kindergarten Cop.
I feel like this is the one from season 4, I think, of Stranger Things.
I've never actually seen that show.
Oh, really? It's not a bad show.
Yeah. No, I don't doubt that it is.
I know it's probably like way too overhyped, like to get into now.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, it's straight out of fucking like Amblin from the '80s, like Spielberg and all that
I've
stuff.
heard all the how it has all these different homages to all that stuff, which is cool by me. I just never sat down to watch it. Him in that car.
Tiny little car.
Yeah. I think it's a bug-eyed Sprite.
Is that what the name of that is?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Or it might be a midget. There's ones that are called midgets that are like that. Not in an offensive way. It was just like the MG midget.
Yeah.
Or a Triumph. There's like 3 different car companies that all made these little cars like that all looked exactly the same to me. But I always liked that name, the Bug-Eyed Sprite.
I don't know. Yeah, like why does he keep dragging her with him?
Well, she jumped in the car.
Oh.
He was trying to drive away without her.
Yeah.
Yeah. We do find out at one point that she's a pilot and has a water boat, and that's why he keeps her on. But there really is no point of,
Yeah.
Because he kidnapped her before to have her follow Luther. I was about to call him Luther again. Sully. And so that was why he initially contacted her. But yeah, they really don't need to be together, I guess. Unless he's just keeping her, hostage so that she can't call the cops on him.
Maybe
he is pretty fucking evil doing this. I mean, just the fact that he did this to her, that's so horrifying for a woman.
Yeah.
Drag
her into this fucking
right,
violent
he was waiting
situation.
in her car
Yeah.
and said, I'm not going to kill you, just drive. Like, what?
Yeah, that doesn't
Second
make it
someone
better.
says, I'm not going to kill you, the first thing you're going to think of is they're going to kill you, Yeah, she has every fucking right to be pissed about this shit. But she's just going to follow him on his revenge spree. Oh, he's got to get Jenny back. I love the way he says Jenny. I want to see someone make a YouTube video where they cut together him saying Jenny and Forrest Gump saying Jenny.
Jenny!
Jenny! Yeah, because that's just not a name that... I don't know. It's an 80s name.
This is, I will point out, yet another man panties movie that we pick.
That's right. He is wearing black panties
When
he comes up on the beach.
when they go to Valverde, he takes off in the boat.
Yeah. Well, that's how everyone dresses on the beach in Valverde.
You have to wear man panties.
You have to wear mantees, yeah.
Oh, shit.
No seatbelts. They slammed into a fucking telephone pole.
Everybody's fine.
Everybody's fine. I just love how he just turns to her and says, "Are you okay?"
Yeah, if they slammed into a phone pole in that car at full speed, like it would cut it in half.
Yeah, and neither one of them would even be in the car anymore.
Yeah,
or at least their upper bodies, because they would have been ripped in half.
This is my week. I did see this on TV not that long ago. This part, yeah.
They use this line on Mystery Science Theater so much.
I lied.
They say, I lied. Yeah. They also say, that's why I'm going to kill you last.
Oh, really?
And they'll do it in a different voice. It's not always an Arnold voice. They'll just say, that's why I'm going to kill you last. Like, if anyone in an old Mystery Science Theater episode says, I like you, they'll follow it up with, that's why I'm going to kill you last.
Oh, man, I'm in the mood for some Mystery Science Theater. It's been a while.
Amazon Prime recently added a whole bunch on streaming.
They just have a Twitch
on
channel that
YouTube.
broadcasts it 24 hours a day. Yeah.
I like the new Jonah ones. I think he's good.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I like that they make references to old stuff, but he also makes references to modern stuff. You know, I like that.
Yeah.
You know, he makes Bobby Hill jokes. You know? There was an episode where he just out of nowhere just says, that's my purse, I don't know you. And I'm fucking dying. You know?
That is a line that is always going to make me laugh.
Oh, there's Bennett with his super tight chainmail tank top. He's dressed like a party boy.
Yeah, they're like driving around in like Uncle Scrooge's like car.
It's an old Rolls Royce. Yeah. Where to, sir?
Duckworth.
Oh, we still got the closed caption on. No, that's kind of good though. You know?
Yeah, no worries. Fucking, we'll roll with it.
Why do they keep giving him these tiny cars to drive? There's no way his seat is that low down in a tiny Porsche 911.
He's not that big. I mean, like, tall of it. I mean, he's a big dude, like, muscle-wise.
He's not as tall as they say he is in this movie.
Yeah, I think he's maybe, like, 5'8" tops.
Yeah, I remember in grade school, he came to Albany campaigning for George Bush.
Yeah, that's right,
Senior.
yeah.
And, you know, they picked, like, one of the smart kids in school to represent the school and go meet him.
Yeah.
You know, and this kid got to go shake his hand, and he was like, yeah, he was almost as tall as, he was like just about as tall as me, and this guy wasn't that tall.
Yeah.
You know?
Damn.
Yeah, I never got picked for none of that shit.
I know, I know Stallone is another guy who's like tiny. He's like 5'4".
He's very small. I've seen him in pictures with Jake where he's like a little bit shorter than Jake. And Jake's not that tall.
Yeah. I will say I am so excited for season 2 of Tulsa King.
I still have never seen that show.
Oh, God, dude, you got to watch it. You've got to watch it.
I hear glee in your voice.
Yeah,
really makes me interested.
It is on a level of, like, Cobra.
Is it on Paramount?
Yeah, Paramount Plus.
Yeah.
We're like, this is cheesy, but God damn it, I cannot stop watching this.
Wow. I just want to point out that on IMDb, the picture of James Olsen, who played the general from the beginning, he looks like John Denver right there or something.
Yeah.
Nothing like the army guy in the picture.
He looks like one of the two like gay hitmen from Diamonds Are Forever.
Yeah, Win
Mr.
And Kid.
Mr. Win and Mr. Kid.
Yeah. They're even in the book.
Are they really?
Yeah.
When I was talking to Dave Foley the other day, we were talking about Saratoga. He's like, "Isn't that always like in fancy novels and stuff?" I go, "I think it's actually in a couple of James Bond novels."
Wow.
Like,
Man, that's awesome. You got to talk to him.
yeah, he's like, "You're right." He's always like, "It's Saratoga and the first."
Man, that must have been cool meeting him.
Fingers crossed, man. Fingers crossed. We might be talking with him soon.
I actually had my Kids in the Hall T-shirt on earlier.
Yeah.
The one that says, ready to serve you and Satan. I love wearing that when I'm going to be around old people.
Oh, God. Yeah. Oh, man. I have so many questions. I want to ask about Doomsday DJ. Like
Phil Hartman.
Yeah, working with Phil Hartman on News Radio.
Yeah, Doomsday DJ. Oh, my God. I sing that song so much because of that sketch.
Yeah. I'll just say every now and again randomly, and here's Melanie with a brand new key.
Yeah. I joke about that sketch with a lot of people, too. Oh, we're about to be privy to obligatory sudden movie boobs, sudden 80s movie boobs.
This is also very weird because it looks like they're in doggy style position.
Are they? Oh, that's right. But it's the
she's
girl behind him.
Yeah.
She's pegging him.
Yeah.
Nothing weird about that. That's pretty modern,
You don't
right?
see any apparatus, though. Yeah, exactly.
That's modern.
Yeah, if you're into that,
You know?
hey, look.
She's a modern woman.
Yeah.
That whole Billy Joel song was about pegging. You didn't know that?
Most Billy Joel songs are actually about pegging. If you didn't
Even the
know.
one about Belgians in the Congo.
That's the most about pegging.
And with that callback, we call it a night.
We're out.
We're out. Watch Arrested Commando on your own.
Fuckers. Yeah.
Oh, I love when he says, I eat Green Berets for breakfast, and I'm very hungry.
Yeah.
Right here. Those Blade Runner glass cubes windows. I don't know. I always associate them with Blade Runner, but they're in so many 80s movies. My grade school had walls of those.
Yeah, it's like security glass, I think it's called.
I think it was so that the priests could look through, into the bathroom, but it was just like,
Probably,
it wasn't as obvious, Those fucking pederasts. Oh, I love that kick. Oh, there it is. Yep. There she was behind him.
He was like crouched down, yeah.
Yeah, what was going on under there?
It'd be great if that's what like just disrupts the whole gunfight. Like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, like the two of them stop and look.
Yeah.
Like, why are you behind him? Like, you're doing this all wrong.
I think I just dropped a lighter and caught it with my legs.
Knowing Joel Silver movies, I guarantee, I don't know who this girl is.
This is my coaster.
But I bet you if you looked up the name of the actress who played that part there, it was probably like a Playboy Playmate.
Most likely.
Every walk-on role of a woman in these Joel Silver movies in the 80s and 90s, there was always someone who was like a Playboy Playmate or something,
Yeah, yeah.
I love the fact that he fell on a piece of wood that broke off that was so strong.
Table leg.
That it went through his entire rib cage and his organs.
It's a table leg.
Yeah. Pieces of wood are always so much sturdier in movies than in real life.
Yeah, yeah. Ooh. Pardon me.
And this does follow kind of a formula that it wasn't really popular at the time, I would say. But now almost every movie is made this way, where it's just the hero goes he goes from one set piece to another, and then at the end of it, there's just a tiny little clue that brings him to the next one. He chased Sully, right? Found the key in his pocket, kills him, goes to the place where the key's at.
Yeah.
Finds the guy, kills him. Finds the info in his pocket, goes to the next place. Like
he keeps trading cars up the whole way too. Yeah.
Like a lot of the modern Bond movies work out this way. The Daniel Craig ones, with the exception of the last one, which is a sad bastard movie. But
oh god, I tried watching that again recently. I'm like, it
didn't have very much replay value.
Yeah. I just reboot it. Get the reboot going. Like, come on.
Do them as period pieces. Let's get smartphones out of fucking Bond movies.
Yeah, set them all in the 60s, man.
Yeah, they're Cold War fucking spies. Make it about that.
Set it in like the 40s or 50s.
Right.
Like,
these were people that were in World War II.
Yeah.
The bad guys are ex-Nazis and shit. Like, there's so much fucking...
So much shit you can do with that.
Yeah, there's Soviets and Nazis.
God damn it.
Don't have to make it about, oil barons or... They can't even make it about people who are perceived as villains in society now anyway, because then it's not even politically correct. Because, like, anytime there's a movie that has, like, a Middle Eastern bad guy, they're accused of being anti-Middle Eastern. Or if it's a Russian bad guy, they say they're anti-Russian.
Yeah.
They say, who are the bad guys now? Most bad guys are now played by pretty women.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right about that. Yeah.
Even the new Wolverine Deadpool.
Yeah, Cassandra Nova.
Bad guy, pretty girl.
Yeah.
The Mummy. The Mummy used to be a scary foreign man. Right?
Yeah, what's her name now?
An Egyptian man. Oh, pretty girl.
Yeah, and Tom Cruise.
And
pretty
Tom
girl.
Cruise.
Yeah.
So many movies do that now.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you really can't. I mean, in the 80s, it was just blatant. It
was the G.I. Joe factor.
Yeah.
Every bad guy had an accent that none of them matched.
Crazy stereotype.
None of them matched. Cobra was every foreign country that wasn't, it was just America was G.I. Joe with a couple of token minorities put in there that were really racially insensitive. Quick Kick didn't wear shoes. I just want to throw out there.
Yeah. He
didn't wear a shirt, didn't wear shoes.
You had the Indian guy whose name I don't even remember, like, who just dressed like an Indian guy.
They had a black dude on G.I. Joe who wore a basketball jersey.
Yeah. I mean, not Gung Ho. What Roadblock?
Roadblock
spoken
rhymed.
rhymes.
Yeah, he rapped when he talked. Yeah, but every bad guy had a different accent. You know.
Yeah.
They were all it was America versus the world. And every bad guy in the movies at the time was also that way. It was just anybody who wasn't America, that's who they could make the bad guys. You know, it was still fun.
Yeah.
You know, even if it was deceiving, you know, and kind of sinister.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, the way that, not Arnold, the way that Sly hated the Russians.
Yeah.
You know,
every 80s movie. Fuck the Russians.
Yeah, but him especially. You know,
just mowing down Russians
it
in
was
Rambo
like he had
2
a
and
Russian
3.
neighbor who would steal his paper or something. You know, yeah. Between Rocky IV, Rambo 2, and then Rambo 3, the way they tried to just recreate the success of Rambo 2 in Afghanistan by making, how can we still make the Russians the bad guys?
Yeah.
You know.
These Mujahideen guys seem like all right fellas. I'm sure this will hold up.
My friend Bin Laden over here.
Yeah.
He showed me how to play desert football.
We're like this, man.
Yeah. I gave him a couple of my RPGs.
Oh, Lord.
It's like they did the same thing with Rambo 3 that they did with Terminator 3. They kept trying to recreate Terminator 2.
Yeah.
Because Terminator 2 was so badass. So every sequel was like, well, we got to top Terminator 2.
We got to do this set piece over, but
right,
better, yeah.
Right. And,
better,
and they did that with the Rambo. You know, Part 2 was so badass that they just tried to make Part 2 over and over and over again until Sly suddenly realized that Rambo was Michael Myers and just turned it into a gore fest, you know. For one movie.
And then that last one, they just locked Sly in a basement for 3 weeks and fed him Fox News, and that was it.
Yeah, that last one was weird.
Yeah, it was Fox News Home Alone.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a Mexican, like a surrogate Mexican daughter who goes to Mexico and within minutes is raped.
Yeah.
So quick.
Oh, yeah. It's...
The rape overturn numbers in Mexico are amazing. You know? They get those rapes in and out. You know, out the door.
Oh,
you know?
Boy.
We've barely been talking about Commando.
Because it's awesome.
It's awesome, yeah. You look over, he's driving a big fucking yellow monster. He's going to rob a gun store. He's going to do some more evil shit.
This, I had to rent this. God damn it. I'm like, this is going to be...
Where are we watching this?
Amazon Prime. I rented it.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, I couldn't find it on any streaming services. I got the DVD, but...
Yeah, I was like, I'm going to watch it. Like, throw this on as a background movie, but no, I have to fucking pay for it.
I would have brought the DVD by. Do you have something that would actually play it? Most people don't nowadays.
This computer might.
I actually had to buy an external disk drive for my Mac.
I'm pretty sure the computer that's hooked up to these two screens does have a disk drive. The newer one does not, for sure.
This is really one of the most badass scenes in 80s movies, too. He just goes into this gun store and just steals a ton of shit that he's going to use to
just invade a
Valverde,
country,
right?
yeah.
And this secret room in the back that he just knows about, it has tainted my mind since the 1980s, because anytime I see a gun store, I wonder,
where's the
secret gun room in the back with machine guns and RPGs?
I will point out he also has a secret gun room in his house.
In his house, yes. Is that a gun guy thing?
Maybe.
You know, you gotta keep it in secret. I don't think that's
I'm
that's
not a
real,
gun guy, and
because
I
gun
want
guys love talking about their guns.
Yeah, they
you know,
keep it in
why would they
secret.
keep it in secret? You know,
shit would be out in the open with like spotlights on
right.
it. Yeah,
my dad had a cabinet with glass doors on it. I'm sure you remember that shit.
Yeah.
You know, they want you to see them.
Yep.
You know, he grabs just enough bullets to never have to reload in the end scene, because he never reloads at that end. In the end of the movie, those guns just never run out of bullets.
I will say the end sequence is really badass.
Oh, it's badass.
Yeah. like the big explode. Like he's got the army guys coming after him. He's got the big explosion set off. Like
I'm pretty
blowing
sure
up all
the
the
house
barracks.
is the same house from Beverly Hills Cop.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the one from the end of that.
Yeah.
It's been used in a whole bunch of movies in shootouts.
All right.
When there's storming a mansion, you know. My neighbor had that Cadillac growing up. Okay, that guy right there, that cop in the passenger seat,
Yeah.
he's also another connecting thread between a shit ton of these Joel Silver movies, right?
All right.
He's a cop in like so many of these goddamn movies, these action movies from the 80s, but he's always just a guy with a couple lines in a uniform.
Yeah.
He's in Lethal Weapon as a cop, working on the same division or whatever as Riggs and them,
Murtaugh, yeah.
In Die Hard, he's the guy that says, bring in the car.
Oh,
Bring in the car.
Yep.
The big tank.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I just love the way he says that. Bring in the car. Bring in the car. I find myself saying that, and nobody knows what the fuck I'm talking about. And I know he's in more. I've even seen him on Law and Orders.
Probably,
You know, where he's a cop on that, too. Dumb broad doesn't even know how to shoot a rocket launcher.
He looks like a Tim Robinson character.
Who?
He used to be a Saturday Night Live writer. It's the guy who does I Think You Should Leave on Netflix.
I've heard that name. I don't know.
It's a sketch comedy. You should check it out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's just absurd and ridiculous.
Where did you learn how to do that? I read the instructions. Oh, Ray Don. She is the daughter of Tommy.
Yeah.
You know? She's got comedy in her blood.
I want to get a Valverde flag now.
Yeah, we should just start a whole line of Valverde clothing. You know, sell it on one of them Shutterfly sites or something. You know?
Yeah.
We'll make the flag. We'll write a Valverde song, you know, the national anthem. We'll make a social media page for their president, for El Presidente.
El Presidente del Valverde.
Yeah. Holy shit, El Presidente Hedaya.
Oh, Dan Hidea's accent in this is so bad, but I still
it's
love
Scarface bad.
him. Yeah.
Yeah. It'll all be pictures of him out by the pool with no shirt on, but he's got so much chest hair that looks like a sweater. He's got Robin Williams body hair.
Yeah.
You know? I love the way that she escapes from her cell, or whatever you want to call it, the room they keep her in.
Yeah.
She has some sort of, is it the doorknob? She breaks off a piece of metal from something, and it doesn't have any kind of blade on it, right? But it's just, it looks like a socket wrench, if I remember correctly. And they show her just kind of like jimmying some wood with it, and she like pokes a tiny little hole in it. And then the next thing you see is her escaped.
Just, taken off.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like any kind of thing that would actually do what she does with it, you know?
Smashing that dude's head against the side of the dumpster, I think, there.
That's a famous stunt man. I can't remember his name, but I know I've seen that dude in a lot of shit.
Yeah. Is that boat's name just Sea Truck? Did I see that right?
I was looking at that too. I was thinking it was Sea Trout,
Oh.
but maybe it was a sea truck.
Sea Truck.
But I don't think that was a bad guy, right? Like, did he just
Murder a dude?
murder a guy who works at the docks? Same thing for these two guys. Are these guys who are just military men from another country that are just trying to prevent him from stealing a plane?
Yeah.
They're-
Just trying to stop him from committing a crime.
And they definitely have brown face on. I could see that from far away. That guy in the right there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, in that shot there, it looked...
Yeah, the far away shots, it's brown face.
Hurry up!
He Fonzied it.
Hey! I was just saying, I am nicely toasted right now.
Any more of these Yinglings?
Yeah, absolutely, man. If you want to go grab it. Yeah, absolutely.
You want one?
I am good. Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Let's keep this party going.
Yeah, we still got the final showdown.
It's Friday night. It's a 3-day weekend.
Am I looking at this tiny icebox here?
Yes. There should be a bunch of Yinglings on the top
yeah.
shelf. Oh, hey now.
Much obliged.
Yeah, no, thank you. Ooh.
Ray Dawn. Oh, we're about to see the Bill Paxton cameo.
Oh, I did notice that earlier. Yeah, he's one of the army guys. Like,
Another Arnold movie he's in.
yeah. Yeah, he's in the first Terminator.
Yep. True Lies.
Yeah. I was like, I don't got shit to do tomorrow, but we have a new show debuting tomorrow. If you're ever interested in joining this one, it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
It's just called Drunk and Disorderly.
Nice.
It's whenever it's not going to be anything regular. It's just going to be whenever we feel like it. We're going to go to the Heritage, get loaded, and then just come back here, turn the mics on, and just bullshit about whatever we want.
I wish I could, but tomorrow I'm pretty book solid.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be
But
tomorrow.
I'll definitely join you guys.
Yeah.
Because that sounds like my kind of Saturday.
Yeah. And then just, probably get ourselves canceled in one way or another.
If we don't get arrested at the bar beforehand.
Yeah, which very likely. Very likely.
We should put like an ad on Facebook somewhere saying that they're having, like a burlesque show at that bar the same night.
Yeah.
Just to get people down there.
Bunch of horny dudes
Yeah.
fucking all riled up.
They're all like, where the fuck are all the women? What are you talking about?
Oh, man.
The one night we went in there, I remember, I think there was like one woman in the entire bar, and it was the bartender. There was a lot of testosterone in there. Oh, there's the thing. There's the tool.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a ratchet screwdriver. I don't even know what the fuck it is.
It's like one of those like French door handles.
So it is the door handle.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so she somehow is able to like break through a lumber wall and make a hole big enough for her.
Solid lumber wall.
Yeah, that's all you see is her just going, Mexican Charles Bronson.
Carlos Bronsone.
Oh, my God. Just every one of Vernon's stances and his postures.
Yeah.
I love it.
He's very pear-shaped. Like,
yeah. I really wanted... That would be a great cosplay. I don't know why I didn't think of that when we met him. Because he was a really nice guy.
I wish he would have let us ask more questions about anything other than Power Rangers.
He yelled at me because I asked him about Interspace.
Tom got yelled at by Vernon Wells.
Well, he is, what's his name, Wes in Road Warrior?
Yeah.
He is Wes.
Look, Vern, nobody gives a fuck about Power Rangers.
We all just want to see your buttless chaps, okay? Did you keep them?
But he did answer the Interspace question.
Yeah. And when I met him at his booth, he was really sweet.
Yeah.
He was talking about all the stuff I asked him about and gave me a deal on his pictures and stuff. And
I wish we had another awesome. Well, I don't want to shit on. I mean, we do have awesome actors at the next one, but a dude like that, like a niche, fuck, I know this guy. Yeah.
I reached out to somebody recently. I'm waiting to see if I hear back from him, but I don't want to.
All right.
I don't want to.
Yeah, if they're looking to do a convention.
I hadn't even broached that because
Yeah.
I'm not. I don't speak for you in regards to that.
Yeah.
I was just talking about in regards to an interview.
That would be awesome too.
But if
yeah.
it was something like that, I could put him in touch with you.
Yeah. Fuck
If
yeah.
he gets back to me, we'll see.
Yeah, I'm down for either or, man.
I don't want to say on here.
We should. I don't know why we haven't done that yet. We should reach out for more interviews for not interviews, but guests.
That's how I've got a lot of the people that I've brought to the show.
Yeah, just reach out and ask.
Like Ethan Wiley when we interviewed him.
Yes.
It was just because I followed him online because I loved House 2.
Yeah.
I mean, he was involved in both House movies, but just reached out.
Yeah. That was a good interview.
Yeah.
Let's
Is that
see.
my tinnitus?
No, it's the fridge.
That's really audible.
It's actually quieter than the old fridge.
The refrigerator that has tinnitus. General Electric.
Refrigeritis.
Oh, Mantis.
Mm-hmm.
He's flat in the front like Ken. Oh, you know what? Oh, my God. I was watching the 4K restoration of Terminator recently.
Yeah.
Whew. That's a lot of dong. I don't mean big,
Yeah.
but you can see it a lot better.
Oh.
You know, when he's walking across the what's the observatory? The Griffin Observatory.
Griffith Observatory.
He's walking over, like, across the way towards Bill Paxton and Brian Thompson. And you know, he's kind of covered in shadow.
Yeah.
But you can see some dangling going on.
So there is no reason for him to be in bikini briefs.
Aeropuerto Valverde.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I did notice that earlier.
Yeah. There is no reason for him. To be in
It's almost detrimental because he's going to get a sunburn.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Again, sexualizing his physique,
but not him.
his sexuality.
Yeah.
You know, he's not trying to bang Radon Chong.
He really is just dragging her along.
Yeah. Do they kiss at the end?
No.
I don't think they do.
No, they just get in the plane together and leave with the girl.
I don't remember what movie it is, but there's one, it might be Raw Deal, where he's about to bang the prize woman. Because
Yeah.
in all these old movies, the woman is a prize, for that main character, but they're about to bang and he falls asleep.
Yeah, I think
Is that
you're
Raw
right.
Deal?
I think so. I'd never seen that till like the pandemic.
Not that great.
Yeah. I remember starting it being like, this is awesome. Like, why did I not remember? Why did I not watch this?
Yeah.
And then like 15 minutes later being like, oh, this is why.
Yeah.
Yeah, this takes a nosedive real quick.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a guy who's undercover in the Italian mafia.
Yeah.
His name is like Joey Smith. And he's got a Hungarian accent or an Austrian
From
accent.
Nebraska.
Yeah. I am in the mafia.
Let's get some gabagool.
Arnold in front of the fridge eating gabagool out. I was thinking the other day, and I'm trademarking this Ricky Bobby 2024 trademark. I want to make a Sopranos lunchbox. Oh, look it. She still hasn't even made it out of one panel. Okay?
Yeah.
Just wanted to throw that in there. Want to make a Sopranos themed lunchbox that's a little refrigerator. And you could just eat your gabagool.
The thermos has like a little robe on it, like on the outside. Like,
Yeah. It's got like a bald haircut
Yeah.
at the top too.
that would be awesome.
Yeah, wouldn't that be something fun you would get? So glad we opened these third beers. Thank you.
Fuck yeah. Cheers, brother.
Cheers to Commando. Yeah, where were all those clothes? He got out in panties.
Yeah. Yeah. I need an outfit change.
He's like Cher.
But he's still wearing those panties under those pants. Like,
Oh, totally.
yeah. Like if he were to die, like in the coroner's office, they'd be like, this guy's wearing panties.
Well, his mother said to him before he left, "Are you wearing clean panties?" So make sure you're wearing clean panties if you storm Valverde.
Going back to the Valverde verse thing, like I was thinking watching this, how awesome would it be if they made like a video game Valverde verse, like where you could just have like different franchise
Yeah.
games? Like this movie would be an awesome fucking game.
If it was an open world on Valverde,
yeah.
you can fight the Predator.
Holy shit, yeah.
You know, if you go out into the jungle.
Theoretically, the xenomorphs, yeah.
Right, the xenomorphs, right.
Yeah.
All these different terrorist organizations.
So you could do like an open world like adventure game. You could do like a fighting game where you
Yeah.
have different characters from different movies fighting in like different locations.
I'm thinking of what was the those video games where you wandered around the jungle?
Just stabbed Ringo
The
Starr.
first person shooters.
Far Cry?
The Far Cry games.
Yeah.
I always loved the way they looked, but I couldn't get past playing them for about 10 minutes. It just made me too dizzy.
Yeah. I did enjoy them. It was just like there's too much to do. I have to hunt animals and make shit and like as well as do missions and
A guy I used to play with did the score for one of those. For,
Really?
like part 4 or 5.
All right.
More recent ones. He was the guy who sang for the Fireflies. Remember they used to play with us when we did the Sense Offender shows?
yeah.
Yeah, he did one of those Far Cry games.
Oh, he just whips the knife. He's the firing knife right here.
White guy.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a lot of white
He just stabbed Ringo Starr a minute ago. Yeah.
White guy. That was Burt Young.
Burt Young,
Ward.
yeah. Burt Ward.
Oh, I heard him go like that. White guy, white guy. White guy, white guy, white guy, white guy.
Whole slew of white dudes, yeah.
Oh, those explosions are so badass.
Yeah.
And if you watch them in slow-mo, you can see the dummies. Look at the dummies standing right there.
You can see the supports on the back of them,
Yep.
like, yeah. But it is an awesome explosion.
Oh,
like,
they're badass.
I really, I am very sorry
Welcome back, John.
that I did not see this movie as a kid, so I don't have the nostalgia factor.
Oh. This was a movie that I would catch on HBO.
I thought this was a Showtime movie. That was why I never saw it.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. It must have been on HBO when I had HBO because I didn't have HBO for very long. You know.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
would get it when it was free. We might have had it for a year. You know.
It does get overshadowed, like with some of his other, like with Terminator and stuff like that, and Conan.
Look at how big that hole is. She made that with a doorknob. That baffles the shit out of me.
But it is,
Oh,
it really is like up there with I think the best of his movies.
Oh yeah, this is just. They don't try to trick you with bullshit plot.
Yeah.
You know, like they do in the later ones where he wants to be an actor.
Yeah, no, it's just
You know,
a
you
big
just wanna
tough
see
dude
him
with
kill.
guns who wants to
Yeah.
get his kid back.
You know.
Like this is the perfect night for this movie. Like Friday night, you've been working all week.
Right.
Like you just want to have a couple beers, relax and just watch some shit blow up. Like,
You know, like nowadays people play video games to get that kind of release.
yeah,
But in the 80s, this is how
was
we
it.
did it.
Yeah.
You know, you watched Sly or Arnold just blow a bunch of shit up. You
Yeah.
know? Kill a bunch of white dudes dressed as brown dudes.
yeah. Bunch of dudes with fake mustaches and fake tans.
And grease paint. Yeah. Same makeup that Groucho Marx wore to make a mustache. Oh, the army finally finds out that he's killing everybody. Just so they can show up at the end and cue the rock music. Oh yeah, there's the hacienda. Is that guy wearing a turban? It was a Sikh. I shit you not. Rewind that. There was a Sikh. Look on the left.
You're right. Holy
What
shit!
the fuck?
I gotta see that again.
Oh my god. Okay. The comic book about Valverde
apart.
is about the one Sikh in the entire country
Yeah.
of Valverde.
Holy shit! That's weird.
What is happening? It looks like Cat Stevens wearing a turban.
Could you just not wear the turban? You're supposed to be Latin American. No, it's against my religion.
against my religion,
I have
I'm
to
sorry.
wear the turban. All right. Well, you're just gonna be on screen for a second. Nobody's gonna know.
I love the fact that in this scenario, everyone was really sensitive to his religion too.
Yeah.
They all knew he was a Sikh. You know, not like those. You know, there's a lot of crazy people. They see a turban, they immediately think Muslim. Which
is incorrect.
Is incorrect, right?
But yeah, nobody's ever gonna notice. Cut to two drunk assholes
Holy
in
shit.
2024. Look at the guy wearing the turban.
Oh my god, Commando just became an episode of Johnny Quest. Holy shit!
Oh, that's
white guy.
fucking wild.
White guy.
Now we have to look for the turban guy again.
Yeah.
Because they're not just going to have him come out for one shot. Like,
And let me ask you, what military allows all that facial hair?
yeah,
Not
yeah.
one.
You're right.
And they do it to hide that they're white dudes. They all have giant Frank Zappa mustaches. And here we are at the Beverly Hills Cop House.
I heard a great line the other day. The Zappa thing made me remember it. But somebody was talking about, like, somebody, like, their kid had a weird name. And they, like, somebody said, Jesus Christ, did Frank Zappa name your kid?
Yeah, he's got a daughter named Moon Unit.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man.
Dweezil.
What a big fuck you to the kid, you know?
I am looking for Turban Dude because I know he's going to be there again.
I love the fact that none of his guns need reloading, but the shotgun is just the most baffling because that one, I don't want to be, you know, that guy.
It's not a combat gun. Like,
But it holds like 4 bullets, maybe
Yeah.
3,
Yeah.
you know? He kills like 80 dudes. Oh, this is the best
kills
part.
Dan Hedaya with a shotgun.
Yeah. This part was the part I remembered from being a kid because I remember this movie as being like a horror movie because of this scene.
Yeah.
You know, this part kind of scared me. He chops off limbs. He puts an axe into a guy's genitals.
Oh, Jesus.
He's a fucking murderer. Oh, Tommy Rosales. Oh, that was a white guy. But white guy. That was Nick Cave.
He looked like Brad Pitt with a fake mustache.
But where's Tommy? Where are you, Tommy? He's in the back. There he is on the right.
Yeah.
God, I love Tommy Rosales. I would love to interview that guy. Guy's got like 200 credits to his name.
Reach out, man.
Yeah. He doesn't even have social media.
Oh.
I've never been able to, I mean, he might, but I've never been able to find him.
Oh, man. He's got the axe.
Yep. Nick Cave, no! Oh, my God.
He's got the 50 cal.
And a lot of that scene was edited out. They added a lot of that stuff later on.
Yeah.
Because it was deemed rated X. If they had kept in, they had to edit a lot of shots from that.
No shit.
Yeah.
This is a badass movie.
And this part baffles me too, because why is there a giant industrial boiler room underneath that small Mexican villa? You know, I mean, it's a pretty big house, but it's not huge.
I think you're right about this being the house from Beverly Hills Cop.
Well, I think I read that. I'm not even saying it just from like looking at it.
Yeah, just looking at it.
That house is in a shit ton of action movies.
Yeah. It's like the house, like that's the X Mansion in the X-Men movies. Is like,
yeah,
I think it's in the Kingsman.
Yeah. I didn't like those movies.
Kingsman?
Yeah, I don't like CGI gunfights.
Oh, I did like those movies.
The minute they started doing CGI gunfights, it just takes me out of it.
Yeah.
I want squibs.
Yeah.
I want white guys with brown face.
That's understandable.
And doing diving flips off of springboards when they get hit by grenades.
I think it is like you can make Colin Firth an action star there. I'm good.
I think he's like too much of a I'm being Michael Caine. He's trying to be 1960s Michael Caine.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, like that is like the the template. Like,
you ever watched any 60s Michael Caine movies?
Negative.
Oh, dude, you are missing out.
Yeah.
Get Carter or The Italian Job?
I want to say I've seen at least one of those movies.
Get Carter got remade with Stallone.
Yeah, that I remember. And Italian Job got remade also.
Italian
I'm pretty
Job
sure I saw the Italian
is
Job.
Funny as shit.
Yeah.
The movie ends on a joke that is fucking hilarious. Like, what kind of movie ends on a joke? Especially like a heist movie.
Yeah.
At the end of the movie, they're in a truck that's like teetering on the edge of a cliff, and it's got like money on one end, and like and it's like teetering, and they don't know what to do, and the movie just fucking ends like that.
All right.
That's a funny fucking movie, but the action in it is great too. Just all the minis,
The driving, yeah.
But Get Carter, that's a sick movie. He's he's a gangster, a British gangster. He's in town. Somebody killed his brother.
All right.
And he's just fucking up all these British gangsters, looking for the answers,
That sounds like something I need right now.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to the movies Sunday. Like, I don't know if I'm going to waste time on watching The Shitty Crow. Yeah,
I want to see Romulus.
It was good.
Yep.
There is something I know you're not going to be a fan of. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to spoil it.
Yeah, please don't, because I do want to see it.
But I overall, I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked his Evil Dead, reboot. So
I think it's an underrated movie, man.
It's got some really gruesome shots in it.
Yeah, where she loses her hand is fucking nasty.
Oh, when the guy cuts his arm off with the electric knife.
Yeah. But yeah, it's good. It's good.
I had this idea. I haven't written it out, fleshed it out, but this idea for a story about like this girl whose father is this mercenary, and she's been kidnapped to force him to do something, right? Think of the trauma for the rest of this girl's life, right?
Yeah.
Now think of how many other action movies from the 80s or the 90s featured a girl character who was either the daughter or the girlfriend of a male character who is put through just so much shit, so much trauma, just so that guy character can like exact revenge. And so you can see that.
There's a term for it.
What is it?
It's called fridging.
Fridging?
Fridging.
Fridging?
They coined it because of 90s Green Lantern. I'll get there in a moment.
Mm-hmm.
In it, like in the story, they kill off his girlfriend, and like he finds her like dead, like stuffed into a refrigerator.
Oh, okay.
And the term became fridging because like you kill a female character just to advance the story of the male character.
To motivate the male character.
Yeah.
Well, I want to do a story about like all these girls that survived, but they have like a support group.
My asshole boyfriend again. Almost got me
their dads and their boyfriends.
Yeah. He's tangled up with some Colombian terrorists.
Right.
Yeah.
And then something, like somebody comes around who's killing all their dads, and they have to solve the crime or do the dirty work or whatever,
Yeah.
But I'm just fascinated by these characters that, how they put them through all this trauma. Oh, here he is. He's ejaculating, talking about stabbing.
Yeah, he is like...
He wants to fuck him with a knife.
Yeah.
And his dick is the knife.
Come on, Bennett. He is very
I don't
Freddie
like
Mercury.
that he's acting like that while touching an underage girl, too. Even though she was older than me at the time this movie came out.
Yeah.
There's this...
Not by much, though. She's like a year older than us, maybe?
Yeah. I love that watch he's wearing, too. That they called that the Seiko Arnie. Because he wore it in so many movies.
Oh, yeah.
And now it's just called the Arnie. Even though he never actually had anything to do with it. It was just a watch that he wore. It was the first analog digital watch. Like combination.
All right.
So it had hands and then it had a little digital screen on it.
Yeah.
You take shit like that for granted now, but... Oh, I love when he gets electrocuted and it just revitalizes him,
Yeah.
Oh, you see the rubber knife shaking? Yeah. This basement room that looks like it's completely frozen. They've gone down like 3 basement levels. This looks like a prison boiler room.
Yeah.
This is under Dan Hidea's hacienda. What is all this equipment for?
This looks like it should be like under a fucking auto factory or something. Like, yeah.
Mexico is a tropical zone. Why are there boilers?
That's true.
Oh, I know it's Valverde, but still, that's supposed to be Latin America,
I mean,
right?
they need a lot of hot water for some reason.
Well, he does shave a lot.
Yeah.
Because it grows right back, Dan Hidea. He's got a Freddy Krueger type boiler room down here.
Yeah.
Complete with an open electrical panel with no cover on it that he's about to get zapped by.
That is, I see at least 2 or 3 OSHA violations.
Yeah,
here.
well, there's no Ocean Valverde. Come on. That wasn't even an open panel. He just landed on a fucking chain link fence. Why is that chain link fence electrified?
It just happened to be, well, cows get down there every now and again. They got to keep them away from the fucking burners.
Keep the cows out of the boiler room in the hacienda, fellas, all right? And again, that's 3 levels down, too. They are seriously underground.
The fuck did he pull that Uzi from?
I was just wondering the same thing.
That's a Mac 10.
No, that's a mini Uzi.
All right.
A mini Uzi, you can tell the end is tapered off. The Mac 10 is like a complete rectangle.
Oh, okay.
By the way, I just wanted to point out, I used to work on the machine that would bend those pipes.
Really?
It's like the size of, like one of those photo booths you see in the mall.
Yeah.
it's like 2 Harley Davidsons stacked on top of each other
Jesus.
to bend one of those things.
Well, it's got to bend steel, yeah.
And he just yanks it off the wall. I love that. Cue the music. We killed the bad guys. Here come the army.
This fucking seaplane, when it takes off at the end, like, I'm watching, I'm like, there's no way this plane's getting off the water. And it does somehow. Like, the one end is just dipped down in the water.
I don't understand the physics of airplanes at all. I still look at airplanes in the sky and I'm like a caveman. I see it like, how the fuck is that up there? The thing weighs so much.
Oh, man.
I don't care how much somebody tells me about lift and the jet stream and like all that shit.
We did have a scary drop on the way home earlier this week. That was fun.
Really?
Yeah.
My nephew survived a near crash.
No shit.
He was on the news.
No shit.
Yeah. They had to make an emergency landing
Damn.
a couple months back.
I've never had that, but this one was like a quick, like stuff went flying up in the air. Oh, I'm good. Yeah, it was rough.
Alyssa Milano, nipple.
They also served me a bowl of pizza.
Yeah, you smoked it? Was it a sadness bowl?
Yeah. Pile my food in a fucking bowl. Yeah, it was a bowl of dough with like sauce in the middle and cheese and like meatballs on it.
Oh, come on. They really make her look sexy there, don't you think?
She looks like she has a 5 o'clock shadow. Like a permanent 5 o'clock shadow.
You are mean, dude.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just telling you what I see.
You just like the general. I think he's more your type.
She's just very plain. Like I don't get it.
Ain't nothing wrong with plain.
We fight for love.
Yeah. Oh, wow. I thought you were just making up that line.
No, it's
That's got to be in that stupid song.
Yeah.
Every 80s movie ended with a song with a guy that sang like this.
Yeah, watch this piece of shit try to take off. Like, the one fucking propeller is down in the water.
That's the side he's sitting on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't think they actually... Oh, no, they do film it getting off the ground. There you go.
And it's all wobbly.
Yeah, and the actors actually got in that, and we saw them fly away, right? There was no cut?
No, there was.
Oh, there was.
Because it showed the general.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say, because...
So there's no way
they put a child actor in that situation after the Twilight Zone movie, just a few years earlier.
Yeah, after John Landis killed
Kids,
a couple people.
aircraft, come on, let's get them together.
All right, folks.
4.5 stars, that's pretty close to what I would give it,
Yeah. No, again, I really, really did enjoy this movie watching it earlier today. Like, I wish I had seen this as a kid. I thought you were about to say something.
Nope.
All right, well.
I agree with you.
Yeah. What should we do next time?
Well, we got to do something bad.
Yeah, let's get back to our Thursday night prime roots.
Why don't we do another Mark Lester movie? We do Class of 1999.
You would do that or Extreme Justice?
Or Extreme Justice. I'll do either one. I don't care.
That's the one with Lou Diamond Phillips,
Yeah,
right?
that's Lou Diamond Phillips and Scott Glenn. Scott Glenn was in a shit ton of Thursday Night Prime movies.
All right, let's do Extreme Justice.
All right, cool. Robert Devoff is in that. I love Robert Devoff.
Yeah.
Bad guy from Another 48 Hours, from Toy Soldiers. He was on Lost. He was the guy with the eye patch on Lost.
Yeah, that's right.
He plays the Russian on Lost.
Was it Andrew Devoff or Robert?
Andrew Devoff. You're right. I said Robert.
Yeah.
Andrew Devoff. He actually has his own small brewing company in California.
What did I watch recently that was a decent action movie? I think we might have talked about this. The new Bad Boys I watched.
I'm not going to watch that. I didn't like the old ones.
It was all right.
I got no interest in them.
Yeah, I mean, as far as action movies go, I mean, you're not getting anything else like that, or it's as
I'm
close
annoyed
as.
by who's the guy who's supposed to be the comic relief in that?
Oh, Martin Lawrence. We did have this conversation.
Yeah. He just annoys me.
Yeah, I could see that.
And fuck Will Smith.
That too.
I
I get behind that.
I don't need to fulfill his ego. beyond the point of him.
Yeah, fuck you and fuck Xenu.
Yeah, right. You know, I'm Team Rock. You know.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to bullshit about anything else because I'm fucking beat.
All right.
But yeah, that was Commando. I really, really awesome. I just don't know why this never clicked with me until now.
I can't believe they never made a sequel to it. Oh, we never even talked about this because there was supposed to be a sequel.
Really?
It was written. It was called Die Hard.
That's right. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
Die Hard was Commando 2. Arnold turned that shit down.
No shit.
John Matrix became John McClane.
Huh.
Instead of a big muscly guy, he became a regular guy with no shoes. They gave him like all these obstacles, you know?
Huh.
And you know what? The plot for the Arnold version, they took it and they reused it for that piece of shit rock movie, Skyscraper.
Oh.
It was the exact same plot. It was where in the Commando one, he was supposed to be like a security expert.
Yeah.
And he was brought in to, this was the proposed script. He was brought in to run the security in this high rise on its like grand opening.
Yeah, yeah.
But the team of security experts that were on the job with him were like really terrorists, and they all like double cross him, and then they take over the building.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's the exact fucking movie Skyscraper. Did you see that?
No, I didn't. I did not.
It is horrible.
It looked like a piece of shit.
I've watched so many of his movies thinking to myself, oh, I like this.
I was just like, we're not quite out of this era, but like that was an era, like the mid 2000s, like 2010s, where all of those movies just looked alike. Like those rock movies, like what was the Earthquake one? It might have just been called
San Andreas.
San Andreas.
That was the other one I was thinking of when I was saying this one looks good, but it was a piece of shit.
Yeah, Skyscraper.
Yeah, Skyscraper.
I'm sure there's.
I liked Rundown, but I think that was when he was like early on.
That was like late 90s, I think. Was or very early 2000s.
Pre-Roid Rock.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
Yeah, no, I did like that movie.
Yeah. But most of the other ones are just not, you know, even like those Fast and Furious movies, you know, those are, I don't understand the appeal of those.
I do enjoy those on a fucking, this is so shitty. Like,
yeah.
yeah.
You know,
although the last one, it gets into the territory where the same reason you don't like Kingsman.
Yeah.
Why am I watching a CGI car chase?
Well, the first one I ever saw had CGI car chases in it, and that's why I never watched any of the other ones.
They weren't, like, they might have used some CGI, but there was a lot of practical stuff.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the end of this one is the fucking, not The Rock, it's Vin Diesel, just CGI driving a fucking...
Isn't he in space?
That was the last movie. They launched a Fiero into space.
Oh, my God.
But it's him driving that, was it like a Charger or not an El Camino?
No, he drives a Charger or a Challenger.
A Challenger. I think that's what it is.
I always see the model cars at flea markets.
Yeah, down like a collapsing dam. Like this is just, I'm just watching a video game, like at this point.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, no, I don't want this shit.
The only one I actually watched was that spin-off movie
Hobbs and Shaw.
I was gonna say like Hart and McCoy or something. Yeah, and I only watched it because I like Statham.
Yeah,
you know.
I never had seen a single one until pandemic because I was listening to those episodes of
How This Get Made. Yeah, they do make them seem funny.
It is just like if you just like turn your brain off and just like this is gonna be the dumbest shit I've ever seen.
Hobbs and Shaw was pretty dumb.
Yeah,
it was pretty fucking dumb.
Yeah.
I mean, they jump out of a building at the same time. A skyscraper.
Yeah.
They throw bad guys out the window, right, to kill them. And then to save themselves, they're like, I'm just going to jump out the window after those bad guys and use that body as a sponge. From a 500 floor fucking building.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh God, it's so bad.
And on the way down, they're like flipping each other off. They're just so nonchalant at the fact that they're plummeting to their death.
It's like the wrong guys.
Yeah.
It's
the wrong guys without the irony.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, man. All right. So, Extreme Justice next time.
All right. Justice is extreme.
Yeah. We still don't have a sign off for the show, so we're just going to turn off the camera. All right, everybody. Later.